Hello everybody all over the world. Hey, and welcome to the first ever review of a weapon that I made. Yes, so in the long run of HiGPS shows, this is 261, I think, where I made this sort of, well, I didn't make the model, I designed the weapon, and I have talked about this in the previous episodes. If you haven't seen that, I'll just go over this very quickly for you. So, on creators.tf, of course this is my backpack, this is actually all that I own. So this is the weapon right here, the Thumper. It's a shotgun for all of the classes that can use shotguns. And we're gonna see how it does. So, it is due for a bit of a change, and I already know that we will be changing this, but we will review it in its current state. Of course, we had user submissions for this as well, demos of people using this as different classes, so we have all the classes represented, which is nice. The problem was basically with engineer and pyro, where this weapon was a bit too strong. So basically what this weapon, there's a lot of stats, like it does more damage, it has more clip size, it has more ammo, it's more accurate, it shoots slower, and it has less bullets per shot. So it's actually not 130% increase, it's actually just, 30%. But 30% is pretty substantial, actually, when it comes to a shotgun. So let me see if I can bring up some reference pictures here. Let's see, yes. So in this photo, as you can not see, because it's not capturing the thing I wanted to. So is it capturing it now? Can you see? No? Alright, well, how about... Hey, there we go, yes. So this is the range of where you can normally two-shot a medic with the regular shotgun, basically. And this... Oh, I can just full screen it. This is the distance where you can two-shot a medic with the Thumper. So you can see that the distance is actually quite substantial. Oh, that won't work. But yeah, you can see that you are, this line here is significantly further away than here. And it's roughly the same time, because keep in mind, it doesn't shoot that much slower. And I'll actually compare with you here. So in here, this is my development server. So this is actually the Thumper. This pyro does not have the Thumper. So it begins to shoot at the same time, and this is what the slower firing speed looks like. Keep in mind, he's normal shotgun. This is the Thumper, even though it looks like the regular shotgun. So you can see that, shooting isn't really all that different. However, it's when you do the weapon switch speed, which is almost not really noticeable. So let's say we're gonna take a swing from this at the same time and then switch as soon as the swing is over. So we can do the swing. And you can see that, even though it deploys slower, it's hardly noticeable because it's only a matter of percent. And the reason for this is because this weapon actually functions identically to the shotgun in Half-Life 1. The reload times, the weapon switch speed, the amount of pellets, it's exactly the same. So, yes, people in the chat are already calling out the max damage. So yeah, point blank, you would get some pretty nasty stuff. So let me just show you here. Let me just, yeah. So why don't we do just a comparison here? So I'm gonna get this pyro friend to turn around. Keep in mind, I'm using the other and he's using this. So if we're at I think say this distance, I win. If we're any closer, he wins, basically. But then from here on out and further away, he will win. So if we turn off the mimic of the bots here, you can see that, I can the biggest difference with the shotgun is that the normal shotgun can't really two-shot a demo man from a mid-range, but this one can. I'd say probably here. Almost. Is this the fixed version? Let's just check real quick. Oh my god, I can't spell. Where did I put it? I was not prepared for this. Let's see. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I'm using the wrong version. Whoops. Well, don't I look the fool? Let me just fix that real quick here. Yes. So now, two-shotting the pyro. I think I can also two-shot him in from like, yeah, almost this distance if I would have hit it, like a medic. Yeah, pretty much something like that. It's not that important. So the first, of course, the first thing that I showed was wrong with the pyro because I had one that I had fiddled a bit with. But there's a lot of people that have been fiddling with this on the creator servers, and it was also the only weapon that people didn't immediately hate and not like. It was actually good at what it did. Of course, it's a completely new weapon concept because the idea behind it is that it's... When I designed it, I took all of the weapons of shotguns that we have, and I looked, well, what don't we have? And then I made that, basically. So without further ado, I'm not sure how long I've been yapping around with this so far, but we're gonna look into the demo reviews. Yeah, so 6 minutes in, most of the people are tuned out, checked out, and why are you not wearing pants? And everyone wearing pants is like, well, what are you talking about? I'm wearing pants, but you people without pants on, they're like, how did you know? It was an educated guess. Yes. So this is Jaeger, a really good player from Finland that we've seen a lot on the balance mod. I think this is, yeah, this is balance mod server. He is running the soldier. But this is also a very shotgun heavy dude, so you can see that like already here he's pretty used to this. So this is me, of course, engineer, and you think I'm dead? Because I was super dead. So he has a pretty good aim, takes out a couple of guys, and of course here he's in a position where he's actually out of ammo, so if this pyro would have just contested him with fire, he would have died. But the pyro didn't know that he was out of bullets, and therefore him and the medic would perish, along with the rest of the guys. So one of the things you notice that with, oh, there I go, dying again. With the soldier is that you spend a lot of time reloading once you emptied it out. So it turns to be a very grounded shotgun, where you spend a lot of time reloading and a longer time shooting while being more effective at mid-range and actually doing more damage. So, without really any punish game going on from my team, it's going to be pretty hard to stop here. That one comes up and kills him. But we got a good idea to see just sort of how it works with soldier, and in that case it wasn't too different. Except for the few times where he was out of rockets and also out of shotguns shots, and it was pretty much just a walking reload man, more or less. So for soldier, it works okay, but you end up being very grounded when you're playing this, which means that you don't have a lot of options. So it means that if somebody gets the drop on you, you're most likely going to die to something. So that was Jaeger or Nakarjare or whatever it's called in Finnish. So this is Robson, and he just runs here. We start at the middle of the point of this map here. He goes around and he does some nasty damage, killing the other heavy and then almost dying himself in the process and completely playing shotgun heavy wrong. Because the shotgun is a secondary, not a primary. But here we see an interesting combination because with the crits and the mid-range potential, you can see what's potential there because, you know, we can do more damage because it crits, so it will be like, you know, 30% of the normal crit plus it's easier to hit, which is good, right? So, we're just gonna fast forward a bit in the demo and see exactly what happens here. Okay, so let me just whoops. Let me see. Yes. So I will be jumping a bit further ahead. Yes. Yes. There we go. So Robson is back. And he's just running back here. He was actually baiting this engineer to come around the corner, hits him, and punches! Ah! We got the crit! Miss! 207 damage, that's pretty good. We have another target. 83. And the crits is over, and we're dead. So that was pretty much as well as we saw KGB with Heavy, because I actually didn't do this because I primarily focus on demo or pyro and engineer. But like definitely, even with the tweak that's coming to this weapon, KGB can be pretty good because you can zone pretty well and it will do more damage, of course. So that's always nice. Yes. So let's move on to this one. Do I count the amount of zeros correctly? Yes. Cool, cool. Nice. So there we go. Just gonna fast forward here. We're on Swiftwater. I think this was on yeah, it's on balance mod when I wasn't there. What the fuck is this? You guys play without me? That's not nice. Alright, so here he is with the Thumper soldier loadout. Normally goes shotgun heavy or shotgun soldier himself most of the time. So just uses the normal rocket launcher there, so nothing out of the ordinary. He's going to be moving forward with the rest of his team pushing the cart. It's not really being contested by anything, so he can just go forward and just occupy some space here. This demo with the shield is being bullied, so here is actually a pretty good distance where he can just stay here, but he's not getting pressured. The red team is eventually coming, so he's in a good spot to just do anything, but Enigmas is sniping, and that means people standing on the sidelines of this godlike sniper map is going to die. So he goes for a jump, hits one rocket, kills the medic. Medic was hurt, of course. And then we're just going to fast forward a little bit. So you can see overall this style you play with soldier doesn't really change all that much with this weapon. You can pretty much treat it as a normal shotgun, however you won't be as quick to finish the shots, and it's also a bit more troublesome when you are missing shots, because it's you do more damage in mid-range, but you also miss easier because the spread's very small. So let's see that he's just running forward here, just staying near the payload. Gets a nice kill there. So we're having a spaz, which it still is sometimes, but I'm not really quite sure why. And then here is where the Thumper is really good when you're just shooting, and the downside, of course, when the fight is over, you can just keep running this. So you can see like 2 shots to the engineer. Probably would have done that with the regular shotgun as well, and then just like, yeah, lagging a little bit. Yeah, sure, you can hear the modem sounds of the meme video guys putting a loading icon on your face when that happens. Yeah. So, and then he types, he's typing fiercely. Now I have demo proof that the server is cock. Very well said. Goes around, goes back, keeps capturing. There we go. I mean, there's really not much happening for the defending team. They're not really able to do much to stop this. Get some nice splash damage done, just waiting for him to go into the other base. Gonna go here and gets a kill and dies to fire. So in that example, functioned more or less like the regular shotgun. There wasn't really like a big difference. So it's like a both a good thing and a bad thing that the spread is so small, because it's like, yeah, it's if you hit, you will hit really well, but it's so much easy to miss and like whiff good shots. So that was Jaeger. Now we'll move on to Burning Arrow and some more heavy play. And this is a good example of what we always say on this channel, which is everything is good against bad players. So that means if your opponent's terrible, you can do whatever and it'll work, as long as you're not terrible or as terrible as they are. I'm not sure which service is on. These are just a regular creator service, so no balance mod shenanigans here. Going to be running out here, of course. When you are running shotgun, you want to be running with the shotgun and not with the minigun. So goes in here and actually just gets blasted back here. He actually doesn't go flying, which is actually pretty cool. So he's able to do a lot of pressure on this here sentry. And here's the thing about wrangled sentries. If you just keep shooting at him, they will eventually go down because the engineer can't sustain forever. But a lot of people, they give up. So, of course, we have some lag here as well. So this is pretty nice. Lag. Okay, so that hit for 20. That hit for 10. 23. He's dead. Keeping on pushing. Back here. Go back to the car, I guess. Finish off it. Probably teleport. Red stragglers. So you can see that the blue team is using the famous strategy of just attacking at any point in time, and the red team is using the strategy of fucking not knowing when to go abandon this point when they've lost it and stop dying one at a time, which is pretty common to a team that's not very good. And people always vote for alt-talk so he can yell at the other team for winning. So there we see Burning Arrow. He's just holding his ground. There's really not much, happening. Did you see that spy just decloaking there? Like, what did that accomplish? Decloaking in the middle of this bridge on Badwater Pro, which is just blue wins more of the map. So, still moving forward. He has been able to do some damage with the Thumper this life. You can see that primarily minigun is still pretty strong. Here, I was just gonna walk slowly forward and just chew through everything. What did you think was gonna happen, Uran? Because I had ubered heavy and you're just gonna stay in scope like a dolt and be like, yeah, I think if I don't look at him, he dies. What, bruh? What are you thinking? It's like, I see the heavy, but if I run around the corner and he doesn't see me, according to all the games I've played with the CPU, he will forget that I exist and I can build in peace, and Burning Arrow just turns the corner and fucking shoots him in the face. And then people are like, we should scramble! Because it's obviously the teams are unfair and not the way we're playing. That's shit. So instead of, being like, dude, guys, we're fucking losing. Should we do anything about it? You just type that V-scramble and hope to God you say yes. And that was just a total stomp where the red team is just awful, didn't do anything right, and it's like every single engagement he had, he could have used whatever. I'm sure if he went fists only, he would have won that stuff. Yeah. So let's look at a demo from Burning Arrow that isn't quite of this caliber, actually, when there's some resistance to the enemy, because you keep in mind, when you're heavy, you're big, fat, slow, and Russian, and that makes you a prime target for American freedom fighters. That's for sure. So this is a map, I forget what it's called. We've played this a couple of times. Running heavy, Thumper, good stuff. Minigun going in here. Just gonna shoot through this here sniper and stuff. So already he's not playing the style of which you should do when you're running a shotgun. So that means whenever you're moving, you should be running with a shotgun. Setting up for this. So, but despite that, despite all his dying, we're just gonna hang around the dispenser, but he's gonna be somewhere else, I guess. Alright, there we go. Gonna move forward. No, just gonna heal first. There we go, calling for a medic. We're not gonna get one. Medic's on holiday. There comes Dragon's Fury Pyro. Of course, just dies. Alright, so gonna push through here. So this is where you can see that Burning Arrow's not used to running shotgun heavy, because a shotgun heavy doesn't use the minigun in this situation. You just run shotgun because you're not going to be able to do enough damage with the minigun because they're too far away, which is why you're running a shotgun, which is a mid-range weapon, which is better than the minigun at min-range. So he doesn't really chase this medic, even though he could. So here comes the demo man. So he knows that this demo man is going to have heals, and now he switches to the shotgun to have a bit more mobility. So I'm going to slow it down a little bit here. So here comes. Hits him for 39. Hits him for 80. Second shot. Misses. Well, that's fine. We have 5 shots left. There's a health back there. We should probably be going. Hits him for 16. Hits him for 18. And then 19. And then he's dead. So basically, it just clipped him all the time. Because the... I can actually show you guys this. Because the way that the spread works, when there's less stuff on, or the way that the fixed weapon spreads work, which everybody's so a fan of, like, oh, we want consistency in our game. I'm be like, what, consistency? That's not fun. Random crits and random shit. Come on, dude. Is that when you reduce the amount of pellets, the spread of the bullets also change. So I'm actually going to show you what it looks like. So first, I'm going to show you the. So this is the Thumper. Oh. What was it? Command find fixed. Let's see, it was TF use fixed. Well, yeah, there we go. So now, let's just restart thing, and I will show you. So this is the spread with random spread on. You can see that it's pretty nice. So like from this distance, you will have like a spread like this. So that means if you did 18 or something at this, it was like this distance. Oh wait, I should be probably on the other team there. So if you hit him for 18, you probably hit him like this. Yeah. So we hit him with one pellet. I think one pellet's like, if you're up close, one pellet's like something. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, if we look at the regular shotgun, you can see that that spread is like this. So that means when you're using the Thumper, you will hit on the sides. If you don't hit in the middle, you'll hit one of these things, and that will only do a minimal amount of damage, while if you're used to the shotgun, 3 of these guys will hit. Because, you know, because of how this works. So that's one thing that's really, you don't really notice. Sometimes you will just be slightly off, and because it's more compact, you will be punished more for it. Yay. So there we go. So we still got more user submitted stuff, but now it's time to look at me from yesterday when I tried to do this, and I mostly played with the Thumper for engineer and pyro. So we'll look at an engineer one. This is of course in a 6v6 situation, which isn't applicable in any situation because 6s don't play creators or balance mod yet. But I just wanted to showcase a little place here. So playing engineer, around do the standard setup. I'm using Wrangler as well, doing the upgrades. And I played 2 rounds of this and I didn't die once because all I did was just build here and stay here, and the other team was completely inept to do anything about this impeccable defense that we had. So gates are about to open. Things are looking mighty ready for steady. Just building up everything here. And sometimes you just, it's called Team Fortress, you have to work with your teams. I just wanted to showcase one thing. So this is me going to be, see if I can just doing finally fucking got him. And then running back. So Engineer and Pyro are definitely the classes that gets the most mileage out of this weapon. Because like it enables them to do more mid-range stuff, while as for Soldier and Heavy, it's not really all that important. They have other stuff. So here comes the demo, goes in, wrangle him away. We're getting some pressure though, but the blue team is struggling. So I have a spy here who's being useless, I guess. I mean, he's just literally there. Demo man's dead. So it's currently 6v6, right? So plus a sentry. So okay, so in this situation, this is where people, I'm not saying these guys are, but let's assume these guys are like pub tryhards. They're like, oh my god, the Wrangler's OP. How can't we beat this with an Uber? But if you take a look and see what are they fighting, they're fighting me, the sentry, a soldier, a scout, a pyro, and a spy, and it's 2 of them. And they have 4 other teammates that are somewhere between here and the spawn. But they're not here. What are they doing? I don't fucking know. What are they doing? You tell me. And then you just, there's literally nothing they can do because Sentry is essentially +1 person. So it was like 2 versus my entire team +1. Did they win this round? No, they absolutely they couldn't even capture the first point, and they had the spy just fucking going around doing nothing. And you'd be like, well, what could we have done? Well, I don't know, you could have gone like double Demo Man or a Demo Man and Airstrike Soldier, killed the gun and then killed my team. Anything but just whatever it was that you were doing, which wasn't attacking at all. God, we were so bad. Jaeger, you were on that team. Why didn't you win? Okay, good. Scrub. Jeez. Right, so Pyro time. So I've with the balance mod, of course, the Thumper, you can really negate the downside and make the weapon switch a lot faster if you're using, you know, the Fire Axe all-class replacement, like a pan, and the degreaser. It makes it just so much faster, so you can really negate the downside of it. You can see, like, you know, that's my combine pyro. So let's just fast forward. Gates are about to open, so let's take a look at this defense. This is 7v7. More people have joined. Staying back here. Going in here. Probably not going to get too much with this. This heavy will survive. And then we get the bug where you don't see the flames, just keep it going. Oh, there's you. Hello. Here's a pro tip for all of you guys to do, right? So when you're in this situation, you want to get between the enemy and your medic. So if they try to shoot the medic, they will have to shoot through you. So here we have Rekka. I'm trying to like babysit him, and it's not so easy. So here we have like, this is a good range. You can see I'm missing, so I'm like doing hardly any damage, but then I get a good shot, kill Ice Bear. I'm gonna get sniped, and then it looks like the team is doing a lot better attacking this time around, because this is a different game. Still just hanging around, going down here. That did 103. That was basically a rocket. Plus, I'm trying to dodge this, just doing some damage. And here we need some health. Healer Ronies running around unpredictably. Medics missing crossbows. Could just use the Uber gun, Medigun, because it builds Uber faster. And then, just having the downtime, which is reloading. A lot of pyro, so spoiled with the flare guns with the passive reload and the shotgun that doesn't do it. Gets a kill. I don't think I would have gotten that kill if I didn't use the Thumper, because I did 50 at that distance, and I don't think the regular shotgun would have done that, but with the regular shotgun I might have gotten the second shot off. So there's that. Don't have really good ways of testing like these conditions from real things. Like if we had a demo thing we could modify, like yeah, play back the file and switch out the weapons and see what happens. You'll never know that. So here, the medic dies, despite me trying to say don't go in the sight line of Jaeger because he will shoot you. Didn't actually say that. Running into the demo man here. Did 128, so he's like super close to dying, but there's 3 of them and 1 of me, and I'm nearly dead because I fucked up the air blast. And I think I'm gonna die here, so I'm like, ah shit, okay, fuck, I'm so dead. And I died! So, as you can see, with Pyro really opens up a new, like, mid-range kind of thing. So I would say, like, since a lot of engineers are using the rescue range or just a shotgun or even panic attack, Thumper definitely, in this current state, offers the most for Pyro because it gives you a very reliable mid-range tool where you can just zone out. And you also have your secondary or primary weapon, the flamethrower, that doesn't really require any reloading, so you can just like switch back to it whenever you want. Yes. So this demo is entitled Missing Shots, Dying Like Stupid. So we'll see exactly what happens there. So here we are on Lakeside. Demo night running in. So I tried with a different loadouts. I think here I'm using not the super quick weapon switch speed, but like regular shotgun and stuff. I mean regular flamethrower. Just a Palmer reskin. Pretty good. Want some reds here. Damage! The sniper. Okay, going back. And now we have the forever it takes to reload this weapon. Some bigger clip and slower reload. So here you go. Side. Reflect. Nothing. The team is full of enemy red guys. Well, that's a spy that I should probably have prevented my friend's death from. Because it still works alright. You can't really snipe with it. So, there's the sniper. And okay. Let's get this guy. Dodging, dodging. I'm hitting, I'm missing every shot. I'm just like, oh! 11,000 hours I have in this game, believe it or not. 11,000 hours. That's a lot. it's a long time to be good. So let's examine this insane screw up by me. So here we go. All right, I'm actually gonna back it up again because I fast forward a little bit too faster. But I don't know what happened there. I mean, he should have died, right? He should have died. Okay. Here we go. So I hit him for 7. I hit him for 15. 8. Nothing. 18 again. 10. 11. He doesn't want to move his feet. Okay, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna burn you. And then he hits me. I'm in Girardi. He can one-shot me. So I think I almost, I did 97 damage, and then he died. All right. So that means, with all of that damage I did, I did effectively. I'm guessing he had overheal, according to math, but I think I did an effective 28 damage of all those shots. If he didn't have overheal, then I would have done that damage. So yeah, that's cool, you know. Man, is the sniper any good if you can never hit a shot? I mean, shouldn't the weapon get a buff because I can't hit shit anymore? What if I miss all of my shots? What then? Well, but you consider getting good at the game. You don't miss the shots. Alright, so running into a situation here, this medic is out of position. We hit this demo, he lives. Here comes the heavy. Okay, switching to this. Air blast him away. Missed the shot, but that's okay, we got 6 more in the clip. Oh, poop! 62 from this distance was enough to kill the heavy and finish him off. And I have not a teammate because that's a spy. And fuck. Oh yeah, people in the chat are saying he got hit by a crossbow bolt. I actually didn't see that. So that's like 75-ish damage. So he had help. So I wasn't as bad as I was. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Sir William. Enigmas is like, one flare would have been better, and be like, yeah, absolutely. So that was all of me. We're gonna go into Karma's camera here. Is actually gonna be using a loadout that I haven't experimented too much with, which is Thumper pistol, and then whatever other melee for the engineer. So this is Slaughter, a map that sucks because it's too blue everywhere, and I'm not sure why you would put these like giant pits of just death that people keep walking into on the point. If they would have been at a far edge, sure, but if they're like right next to the point, this is pretty dumb. Yeah, that's me. Yes. So we're gonna see if I can fast forward to a point here where he's in combat. So there he is. Gets a hit for 65, but there's a lot of misses. It's not like you need like perfect aim, but there's a lot of times where you look like, oh, I should probably have done more, but it didn't. There we go. He's gonna set up a teleporter, and now we are ready. So I think it's no longer the Reek effect, because he only uses that to build a teleporter. Thank God you don't need to do that on the balance mod, because we fixed that. Taking out the sniper. I think you would have needed the one more shot with the regular shotgun there, but probably time to death would have been roughly the same. Still just hanging around. There's another sniper, so I mean, if you're the sniper, right, and you like walk around a corner and you see, well, the body's gone now, but you would see the body of another sniper in this very same spot, being dead. Be like, my guy just ran around the corner and died. I guess I too should see what's around that corner. That's so dangerous. I can probably kill it. As soon as the sentry gets killed, sets it up again, hides in the corner, waits for some dumb fuck to go around. Okay, so he's not gonna go there. So the sniper that went here the other time, is he back? And the answer is no. We have a pyro. He knows what's up, doesn't he? Finishes him off. Has to rebuild. So we didn't get a good example of it here, but with the engineer, if you're using this and you're running regular sentry, so we want to do a lot of upgrading, you're actually going to be pretty low on clip because you don't have the time or luxury to reload. And normally with the regular shotgun, it reloads so much faster, you can afford to like switch a lot more, but with this thing, because it switches slower and reloads slower, it's like slow plus slow, so the effective reload time is actually pretty substantial. Like in the past few, like I think last 30 seconds, I don't think Karma's camera has been at a full clip with this thing. He hasn't really emptied himself either, so it's like he's always like in the middle somewhere. And that's what you get when you're designing a weapon for aesthetics rather than balance. So I wanted it to be like the shotgun. But there you go, Karma's camera, top fragging, killing the noobs, owning the guys. I think also Johnny, the pyro main guy, flamethrower expert, was in this game as well. Didn't see that the first time. So with that, we're gonna go into the final demo review for this weapon in its current state. It's going to get a change fairly soon. Looking like we're just gonna reduce the damage to avoid the... There's a certain range where you can like two-shot a demo or a pyro, which didn't quite feel right. It's like, oh, like that happened to... I think that happened to me once in the balance mod, and I was like, well, this is bullshit. So I do have a conscience despite being a sniper main. Believe you that. So here we are on... Is this Vastworks? What it's called, even though it says in the corner. Don't think it is, because his contract should have been upgraded with the kill. Regardless, here he is, going to be playing the gunslinger engineer. Also pretty good at shooting people that's flying in the air if you can aim properly. So 11 mini sentries also shooting there, and gets the medic with one clip to spare. And then just spends the time reloading. Just take a while. Alright, so now they're holding this dead heavy pin to the wall. He's doing like body shot damage most of the time. It's on pretty good zoning there. Here we go. Him. So it's been, like now he did like, you know, over 100. There, goes in with an Uber. And pretty good there. This heavy is going to die because this is an eats through fatsos like they eat through Mac Burger Kings. And yeah, you can see that if you time it correctly and you're up against the right classes, even with Uber, it's gonna be pretty darn good. There you go. Shoots. Now he's actually gonna empty himself. Nope. Keeping one in the clip. Just to trick me. Gets a kill as well. Like a lot of players who are saying that like this is too OP, it's actually not all that bad. Because a lot of engineers aren't using shotguns as well as they should, and just using rescue rangers, or generally bad. You can see like there's definitely some potential areas you can see with this thing running pistol for engineer, because the Thumper will often leave your target almost dead many times, and then the pistol can just finish him off at a greater distance than the shotgun. At a shotgun, you wouldn't need more pistol shots to finish him off, and you wouldn't be able to do the same much amount of damage before having to switch to a pistol because of the clip size and the faster firing speed. But regardless, this is definitely a potent weapon we will be tweaking in the future. It works pretty decently. Of course, like the blue team hasn't been able to capture once because they're not very good. And it's not like, you know, Karma's camera is like unstoppable cheater guy. It's basically like they didn't shoot at him. You know, and if you take no damage, you're not gonna die. Right? Yes, so I'm gonna be looking at the Thumper, the summary of this weapon. So it has overall better DPS, because it has more damage, at least in the current version. I have to do a rethink of that, because DPS is often damage per second, And damage, it's not just because the slower firing speed, the damage will be lowered, but you have longer clips, so you will be able to shoot for longer. So overall, it might be similar. So it has longer sustain. It kind of forces you to be more grounded, at least as a soldier. You just kind of stay on the ground. You can't jump around as much or switch weapons as much because of the slower deploy time it has. Yes, but it is better at mid-range though, so if you position yourself sort of like shortstop distance-ish, should be fine. But it isn't like a reactive weapon because it's too slow for that. Like a lot of the times when you're playing soldier or you have a target, like I'm gonna finish them with my shotgun and they escape just before it's ready because of the slower thing. So it's also like easier to hit and miss at the same time because the hits you hit will hit for higher because there's less pellets. But if you miss, there's also going to be way less stuff that hits. It's not like, you know, panic attack where it's just like you can just point into general direction of where they're standing and like you'll hit like half of the pellets. It's completely opposite. So it's a bit different. So in its current state, do I think it's OP? No, I don't think it's OP, but I do think there's like certain interactions because this is an all-class weapon where it two-shots classes at certain distances where those classes shouldn't get two-shot, even though those are like pretty rare moments because basically it's for the demo man because at the certain range where he gets two-shot, you're actually in the range where he can dodge all of his projectiles, so he actually can't do anything except get killed by you. There's literally no counterplay because he's both too far away for pipes and too close for stickies. It's just this weird zone where the regular shotgun doesn't kill him in time. Like he has like, it takes 3 shots to kill you, which is a lot more time to get like bombs out, detonate and stuff. But if it's only 2 shots and it's not that much slower, it's just gonna kill you and it's not that fun. So I'm thinking we're going to be reducing the damage on it, maybe making it a little bit more accurate to compensate. So we'll see. Thank you guys for submitting. I totally forgot to plan what we were going to be doing next week. So I am going to do a whatever episode. It's going to be whatever balance mod. Yeah, so that means you can play on the balance mod either on the US or EU thing. We're very close to a release, so hopefully we can have some event soon. We'll definitely have an play event with a lot of people occupying all the servers so you get to play with this. But basically, record however you like to play and like your favorite styles of playing in the balance mod, which is like more exclusive to what we're doing and not just like in TF2. Like if you're Jaeger's like, well, I like stock rocket launcher and stock shotgun. Well, in the balance mod, we haven't touched that, so it's the same. So like engine pads, Natasha, anything that's been changed or a style or anything. So that can be cool, definitely. I would look forward to seeing interesting medic stuff, especially now with the amputator being very viable. So thank you guys for watching. If you stay through to the end, there will be a raffle link available soon. If you're watching this on YouTube, it is in the description. If you're watching this in the live feed, it will be in the chat very soon. So thank you guys for watching. Looking forward to seeing your submissions of whatever balance mod.